And good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Pennsylvania Under 21 Doubles Tournaments. We are down to our 300s today. So our 300 pot was hit. It was $640-ish. Who knows? Well, we can't really have any more now because now today's pattern, by the way, was High Street. Pretty dry from 2 to 8. Are you ready, Matthew?
Yes, I believe I am.
Take it over.
Step ladder finals for the first 21 and under doubles event of the season. Time number 5 seed team, Daniel Robertson and Jake Diaz.
In the scratch.
And Tyler Wenzel.
Your number 4 seed.
Max Minnick.
Logan Chappell and Max Minnick is your number 3 seeds.
Winner of Gears.
Aiden Davis, Darren Zombro III, your number 2 seeds.
James, Brody Wildenman, and Cameron Shopping.
And your leaders taking.
And Evan Prokowski.
In the handicap division, Andrew Barron and Evan Prokowski, number 4 seed.
The winner of game number 1 will advance to game number 2 to take on our number 3 seed. 2 will advance to the semifinal to take on our number 2 seeds, Evan Blessinger and certain leaders at plus 518 for 8 games. Handicap finalists for today's Baker Doubles Finals.
They were put. The lagginess, hold on. Doesn't show that it's laggy on my end, but okay, let's see if that works. It's hard to find a good signal here in this place. Let me know what you guys are getting. I am not showing that it's frozen at this moment. I'm showing that it's working just fine.
Robertson and Jake Diaz. Lurch and Wenzel have elected to start the match on lane 25, going in the order of Lurch and Wenzel, and the other team will go Diaz-Robertson. On the handicap side, we have number 4 seed, Cooper Palmer and Colby Schertzer, taking on number 5 seed, Andrew Barron and Evan Prokosky. Palmer and Schertzer have elected to start the match on 27, going in that order, and the other team will go Prokosky first, Barron second. The difference in handicap, divided by 2 is in the computer for the Baker purposes, 2 pins going to Palmer and Schertzer. All right, bowling fans, let's give a nice hand for our round 1 bowlers.
All right, just looks like we're ready to go. If someone out there wants to let me know what they're seeing on their connection now, it looks like we're up and good. I don't see any buffering issues at all on my end. Can you commentate for a little bit?
I can.
Okay, so I'm going to turn it over to Matt to commentate while I watch to make sure it's not buffering anymore.
Just give me 1 second and I will do that.
So reminder, this is Baker, so we will alternate bowlers for each frame. So the same bowler will only be bowling. Bowler A will bowl frames 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. Bowler B will bowl frames 2, 4, 6, 8, 10.
Okay. Okay, so in the scratch match, both teams start with a strike. On the handicap side, Palmer and Schertzer start with a split 9 count. Stepping up is Evan Prokosky. Pretty good shot, leaves a 9 pin. On the scratch side, Robertson makes it 2 in a row for their team. Once again, very exciting day here. 43 teams, 86 bowlers in our first doubles event of the season. We had 2 300s today, splitting the 300 pot at $602. They each get $301. So the big pot finally went off today. And this is match number 1 of our 4-game stepladder Baker format finals. On the scratch side, everybody perfect. 2 strikes for each. Prokosky missed his spare in the first, but his partner, Andrew Barron, follows up with a strike in the second. Might be easier to tell our fans when a scratch bowler does not strike. We are 5 for 5 at the moment. On 28, strike for Colby Schertzer, first strike of their match. Now stepping up Jake Diaz, looking to match their opponents. Pretty good shot, but came in a little light, leaving the 10 pin. First shot on that side. Palmer comes up a little bit high, leaving the 3, 6, 10. So he will look to convert the spare. Once again, tell your friends and pull out your devices to watch today's finals from here in York, PA, sponsored by Bowler Max Pro Shops. Diaz picks up the spare. Palmer only able to get 2, so their team has 37 in the third, 39 with the 2 pins handicap. Stepping up on 25, Daniel Robertson, 4th frame. And he gets a strike, so 3 out of 4 for them.
Gavin, it was Taylor Miller and Darren Zomro III.
Yes, Taylor Miller had the first 300 of the day. Darren had the second one, and they were both in game 4 of qualifying today. So Evan Prokosky gets a strike for his team. they have a double going. Wenzel throws a great shot. Comes in a little bit high flush, leaves the 9-pin. That match is even again. And Barron strikes. 3 in a row for Barron and Perkoski. Wenzel picks up the spare. Even match through 4 frames on the scratch side. On the handicap side, Colby Schertzer came up a little bit light, leaving the 9-pin. So his team will look to convert the spare. Keith Lurch with a strike. Spare for Schertzer. Cooper Palmer comes up high, leaving the 6-10. And on the scratch side, Jake Diaz with a strike to even the match. So both teams on a 279 pace halfway through the first game. Palmer makes a spare. 55 in the fourth, 57 with her handicap. Robertson comes in just a little light, leaving the 10-pin. And Perkoski makes it 4 in a row for their team on the handicap side. Robertson makes a spare. Now Wenzel steps up on 26. A strike will give their team the lead. Barron missed that one left of his target, leaving the 1-3-6-9. He'll look to convert the spare. And Wenzel with a strike. So Lurch and Wenzel now have the lead in the match by 11. No, 3 down for Barron, 123 with the open frame in the 6th. Lurch comes up high, leaving the 4-9. And Colby pulled his shot inside target. 6 count, 1-2-4-5. Makeable spare. And Lurch able to convert the 4-9. Nice shot. So 4-9 pickup for Lurch and a spare for Colby Schertzer. 40-pin lead for Palmer and Schertzer. I'm sorry, for Barron and Perkoski, rather, through 6 frames. Cooper steps up, comes up high, leaving the 6-pin. Diaz with a strike in the 7th. And if Robertson can strike here, that will pretty much even the match. Palmer picks up his spare. Robertson with a strike. That makes a double for them, and potentially a 1-pin lead at the moment. Perkoski with a strike. So he picks up his partner. Wenzel comes up high, leaving the 3-6-10. And Barron crosses over, leaving a tough spare, the 3-9-10. This is a very tricky one to get that back pin. Wenzel picks up his spare. Barron let it go off his hand, inside target. 147 is now the score for Barron Perkoski. So they can max out at 207. Their opponents can max out at 202. So we still have a very close match on the handicap side. Perkoski leaves a 7-pin. Lurch with a strike. On the scratch side, we're in the foundation ninth. Robertson and Diaz can strike out for 258 and shut out their opponents, who can only shoot 244. Diaz gets the foundation strike in the ninth. So Robertson now needs the first two to shut out his opponents. Meanwhile, missed spare, one strike.
Striking good count.
There's a strike for Cooper Palmer. He got the strike. So they need one more, or good count, rather. Okay, on the handicap side, Palmer and Schertzer can only max out at 180 with their handicap. So Perkoski and Barron step up, needing to put some marks on the board. Ooh, he comes in light, bucket 2-4-5-8. And that's a winner on the scratch side. Robertson and Diaz will advance into game number 2.
Perkoski made the spare. That was actually a very big spare. So Barron will be looking for a mark. He's opened his last two frames. That's a strike. So now he just needs 6 pins. 5 pins.
That'll be a winner.
Barron and Perkoski will be moving on.
Another one.
258 to 243 victory on the scratch side.
Baron and Perkowski with a 195, 156 victory over Palmer and Schertzer. That's going to do it for game one. We'll give out some awards for our 5th place finishers, and then we'll get ready for match number 2. Stay with us, ladies and gentlemen. You are watching the Pennsylvania Junior Bowlers Tour live on YouTube.
Okay, bowling fans, that concludes our first match of today's stepladder finals. Finishing in 5th place in the scratch division. Each bowler getting a $45 scholarship, certificate, and medal goes to Keith Lurch and Tyler Wenzel.
Lurch and Wenzel, 5th place finishers today.
And our 5th place finishers in the handicap division, each bowler getting a $50 scholarship, certificate, and medal goes to Cooper Palmer and Colby Schertzer.
Palmer and Schertzer, 5th place in the handicap division.
Okay, on to match number 2.
That's only one shot.
Wait, it's counting their score. No, not the left. So they did that for them. Yeah.
Thank you.
Dad, I'm gonna have Danny as my partner next year. Just get like, my partners next year. Get 20, like 22.
You're dropping me?
Yeah. Okay. Danny football 136, football 136. You're in the gap. I'll be up for that.
Hey, will you check my table?
Hey, that's my excuse. I won't be able to broke
You can have one of the kids try.
I was thinking about it, but I don't think they have enough experience in the state there. He only just got his license. And I have to try it now for like a month and a half.
What time is it? We'll stay until 5. So we'll be able to see match. Next, actually. The best
All right, down to Matt.
Okay, Billy Vance, time to begin. Game number 2 of the step ladder finals. On the scratch side, we have number 3 seed Logan Chappell and Matt Smith taking on number 5 seed Daniel Robertson and Jake Diaz. Chappell and Minnick have elected to have Robertson and Diaz start the match on lane 25, going in that order. This is switch order to Robertson and Diaz second for the match. On the handicap side, we have number 3 seed Diana Schrader and Nate Varela taking on number 5 seed Andrew Barron and Evan Schlager and Varela will go in that order. Koski and Barron will keep the same order. The difference in handicap is 25 going to Schlager and Varela. All right, Olin fans, let's have a nice hand for our Game 2 finalists.
All right, and off we go for Game 2.
It's gonna be striker.
Robertson up quick. Right. Koski up, lane 27. He opens with the strike. Logan Chapel up. Comes in light. He needs the 2-pip. I'm sorry, I did not know that Schlager or Varela
We'll pick up.
on the handicap side. But they got the spare.
Oh yeah, Max.
There we go, Max. I think his mom loves us as a cheerleader for me.
Max gets the 10 out. Scratch side. Spare strike. 2 for them.
Oh, wow.
Show the 4 to Schlager Varela. I'll figure out who was in. Double for Robertson Diaz.
Money.
Bear with a strike. Now they've flip-flopped. So Bear the last game on 27. This game he's on 28. Koski was on 28. Now he's on 27.
Never been shot.
3 in a row. Hand me those yellow cards, please. Thank you.
Nick, that's I think you missed Logan's strike.
I don't care.
I care, that's Logan.
Okay.
We need to hear Max.
So that's Deanna Schlager and Nate Varela.
Go ball.
All right, 2 more strikes for a couple minutes. They're on 3 in a row. So is Robertson Diaz. Schlager with spare. They're clean through 3.
They're down 25.
Yeah.
I do it.
Tripping late. Varela with a strike. Diaz, front 5. Solid 9 for Barron. Almost had the 7-9. That would have been an unfortunate break for sure. Look at Chavilla. He comes in light again, leaves a 2 pin. So he's left 2 pins.
There we go, keep it clean. Oh.
Schlager and Varela are getting 25 pins this game.
Dad, you should lay that low.
Yeah. 4 pin for Evan. Max up now, in 25.
Go back.
It's a nice shot.
They only missed one.
Koski with the spare.
I didn't think it was going to fight.
Like your coach failed. Your coach just like died.
Diana up in the 5th. She has 2 spares so far. Let's see if she can get on the board with a shot. Diaz front 6 for his team. And Schlager splits. Not what she wanted to do for sure.
Oh my god. Purple hammer, fish whack.
She gets the 2. Rella didn't like the shut out of his hand. Leaves the 10 pin. He converts. So they're down 5, depending upon what Barron does here in the 6th. Max with a strike. He strike every time. Alright, Barron leaves a baby split. The spare conversion, they'll maintain their lead.
It's like a day and a half long.
Jake Diaz up now. They're looking for 8 in a row. He gets it. Barron did not make his spare, so now they fall behind by 8 pins. Robertson up in the 9th. Strike here will move them on to the semi 10 pin. Krikoski crosses over, leaves a 6 pin. Robertson gets his spare, so even if Chapel and Minnick strike out for 249, Diaz will only need 6 pins on his first shot. And Chapel leaves a 7 pin, so that's going to end that match. Schlager with an 8 count, leaves a 3-9, tricky little spare.
No.
I think it definitely hit before putting the gun.
Yeah, even they say no. Yeah, they couldn't change the own story,
Schlager did not convert the 3-9, as I said, tricky little spare. So now they give back the lead by 5 pins.
And her ball bounced in. Moved away.
All right, Varela up now in the 8th.
Proud of it. The boys over here flipping the plate.
He goes 10 back. Baron, break of the match so far, crossing over, had the 9 pin, and then it was gone. Big break, that maintains their 5-pin lead. The strike here, they'll go up 15 in the foundation frame 9.
I could see them really the problem. They just have to. That's a good ball.
Koski with a nice shot, looked a little in, rang a 10 pin.
I watched them in like 8 today.
Alright, so Chapel Minnick shoot 203.
Yes.
Koski misses his 10 pin. So they're at 173. So this is a big frame for Schlager. She's opened the last 2 times. And she splits. So advantage barrel Koski going into the 10th unless Schlager makes the spares.
That's what you should want. That's what you want.
Take the 2 away.
If she gets 2, it'll be a 5-pin match. If she gets none, so it's a 9-pin match. Those 2 pins might come back and haunt.
279 on the scratch side for Robertson and Diaz. 279 to 203 is our final score.
So Varela is going to be looking to get at least 20. He gets a strike. If he could get all 3, he would force Baron to double. big shot here for Nate Earl. That's inside. All right, if he gets both, he forces Barron to mark. If he gets one, and if Barron gets 9, he would have a tie.
Yeah, there's a lot of scenarios here.
Okay, he got both, so he forces Barron to mark. As long as he got one, he would have forced Barron to mark.
Turn this way. Turn this way. We'll see what happens. Good ball. Money.
Yeah! And you can tell by the crowd reaction what happened.
Sorry. A little excited. Been rooting for them all day.
Yeah!
Good.
Alright, that's more than enough. From there, moving on to the semis. The scratch side, 279, 203. Robertson and Diaz moving on. On the handicap side, 192, 184. Barron and Prokowski moving on. All right, so that's match number 2. We'll give out awards for our 4th place finishers, and we'll talk about our upcoming schedule here on the Pennsylvania Junior Bowlers Tour.
The metal. I'm going to break the metal.
Or even not a- Great. Down to Matt.
Okay, bowling fans, that concludes game 2 of our stepladder finals, finishing in 4th in the scratch division. Each bowler getting a $50 scholarship, certificate, and medal goes to Logan Chappell and Max Midday.
Chapel a minute. 4th place. Scratch division.
And our 4th place finishers in the handicap division, each bowler receiving a $60 scholarship, certificate, and 4th place medal goes to Diana Schlager and Nate Varela.
Slayer and Varela. 4th place in the handicap.
Okay, on to our semifinal matches.
All right, upcoming schedule here on the Pennsylvania Junior Bowlers Tour next Sunday, November 21st, we have our 2nd adult junior tournament of the season. It's a major. It is our November major at Bolero Limerick Lanes down in Limerick. Obviously, adult junior, so one adult, one youth. How we determine what's an adult and what's a youth, if you're sanctioned, it depends upon your sanction. So if you're, let's say, 16 years old and you're sanctioned as an adult, you must bowl as an adult. We do offer a discount for this event if you put down at least a $20 deposit by someone behind me trying to kill me. By midnight tonight. By midnight tonight on our website at www.PennsylvaniaJuniorBowlersTour.com. That's www.PennsylvaniaJuniorBowlersTour.com. And then the Sunday after, November 28th, we have our third girls-only tournament of the season. I will be there that day to handle things at 222 Dutch Lanes. 222 Dutch Lanes. 10:30 start time on Sunday, November 28th. Then we roll into the month of December with another adult junior tournament number 3. Coming to you from Clearview Lanes. That's Sunday, December 5th, 10:30 start time. And then on the 12th, we have another under 21 doubles. Right back here in New York, but this time we're at Colony Park. York loves their doubles tournaments, I guess.
They always have.
And then we do have a schedule change. Our December girls only tournament, we're moving that by a day up to Saturday, December the 18th. At my favorite little bowling center, East Lincoln Lanes. Day change and time change to Saturday, December the 18th at 2:30 in the afternoon. And then we have 2 tournaments to round out our year that we have every year. We have our day after Christmas tournament at Haja Rose Bowl. That's our December major tournament. This is a tournament we have every year where the handicap portion of the event starts at 10 a.m. and scratch. We want you there by 2. We usually start somewhere around 2:30, but you definitely want to be there by 2 o'clock. And then we end the year up at Strike Zone Alleys up in Pottsville. Special start time for that tournament is 10 a.m. Friday, December the 31st at 10 a.m. Those are the tournaments for the rest of the year. You can get the schedule on our website. It's www.pjbtbowlingseries.com. That's www.pjbtbowlingseries.com. We use Facebook as our main means of getting the word out about the Pennsylvania Junior Bowlers Tour. If you have not followed us on Facebook yet, you can do so at PJBT Youth Information Page. That's PJBT Youth Information Page. And if this is your first time watching us on YouTube, where the heck have you been for the last 5 or 6 years?
Hit that like button, people.
But we're glad they're here now.
Yes. Hit the like and subscribe.
As Darren said, hit that like button, subscribe to our channel, and if you have your notifications turned on, you'll be notified each and every time we go live on the Pennsylvania Junior Bowlers Tour. You really are my favorite person. You really are.
I know, but I'm done. With you.
So joining me in the booth right now, we kicked Matt out, I guess.
Yeah, oh yeah. Yeah, who cares about Matt, right?
Yeah. Maybe we'll let him take over for me.
No, we can't
No?
do that.
Darren Zamro is joining me. One of his pride and joys is about to take the lanes on 25 and 26. Should be a very interesting matchup.
Yeah. I was in the other room watching all the football games while on my phone watching everything that was going on out here. It should be very, very interesting in a scratch match. A lot of interesting things going on in football today. I will say that while I was watching.
Yeah.
All right,
Down
here
to Matt.
goes Matt.
Okay, bowling fans, time for our semifinal matches. On the scratch side, we have number 2 seed Aiden Davis and Darren Zongo III taking on number 5 seed Daniel Robertson and Jake Diaz. Davis and Zombro have elected to start the match on lane 25, going in that order of Davis and Zombro. And then on the other team, Jake is going to go first, Daniel going to go second. Okay? On the handicap side, we have number 2 seed Evan Plessinger and Skylar King taking on number 5 seed Andrew Barron and Evan Perkoski. Evan and Skylar have elected to start the match on lane 27, going in that order. And Evan and Andrew will keep the same order from the first 2 matches. Okay? The difference in handicap is 2 pins going to Barron Perkoski. Okay? All right, bowling fans, let's have a nice hand for our semifinalists.
All right, off for running in the semifinals. You know, out of all of our formats that we do, this is my favorite because I love to see the strategy. that
You
plays
like to
out.
see a strategy on the Baker format.
Yes. Especially with your son and Aiden Davis, you know, 2 top bowlers on our PJBT this season.
Who do you want to finish?
Yeah.
You know, and I think what they're doing right now is they're going with what happened the first 8 games. My son was a little bit on more than
Yep.
Aiden, so I'm not gonna lie, it's probably what they talked about there in practice. It's like,
Makes sense.
you know, you held us up here, you know, you shot 300 during qualifying and all that other stuff. Then you have Jake here, you know, he's been bowling really well this year. We got the handicap match. They both starting off with a strike to first frame. And Jake and Aiden, they both start off with a strike.
So Barron and Perkoski started out with a double. Plessinger with a strike. Now we'll have our first look at Skylar King. They are giving Barron and Perkoski 2 pins.
I will say our scratch match here is going to be the urethane match.
So both teams double on the handicap side. Both teams double on the scratch side. Well, there's not going to be much to talk about if they...
If they keep striking, I don't know.
It'll
Yeah,
get us out of here quicker, though.
it will. One ball and done. That's quicker.
Yeah. Of course, now that I said that...
Watch somebody go and do something.
Oh!
High flush.
All right, Plessinger King, front 3. Let's see if Perkoski could match. Aiden Davis up in the 3rd on lane 25 and 9 pin. Burkowski does not strike, and he also did not get the break, and he leaves a split.
He's dreaded 4-6-7.
So when's your next tournament, Quick? Do you know? I'm sure you're bowling next week.
Yes, I am bowling next week.
That's right. We discussed this. You're not bowling with.
I'm not bowling with Darren.
No, he kicked you like
he kicked me off to the side.
Yes.
So it's like, all right. So I'm going to be bowling with my youngest, Toby.
Yeah, the lefty connection there.
Yeah, my oldest said I'm going to kick you aside, and he's going to ask one of my friends. So it's like, okay, whatever.
So in other words, he'll be commentating with me while watching.
That's the plan.
Here until we win.
Yes, that's the plan.
Yep.
Here comes Jake up here in the third frame to see if he can strike for a triple. Nice shot by Jake. Borowski picking up his partner, Aaron's shot. Daniel Robinson coming up here on 25. See if he can keep their string alive.
Oh, gets the 8 out.
Gets the 8. Late falling 8-pin there.
Skylar King comes up high, leaves at 3-6-10. Zombro with a strike. Skylar chopped her spare.
See here if Evan can get his team back on it after that open from the last frame.
He comes in high, leaves the same spare that Skylar did.
Aiden coming back up after his sell a 9-pin with a strike in the 5th. Evan making his spare. Jake keeping their string aligned with the front 5. Jake and Daniel with the front 6 over here on the scratch side.
Koski, that's the second 10-pin he's missed now. Missed one last game.
There you go.
Barron putting up X's.
Little in on Darren, but held. Here goes Skylar up here in the 6th frame on the handicap side. Skosh high, maybe tripping out of 4 here. Oh. Skylar can make her 4-pin here. With no problem. Aiden come up here in the 7th frame to keep the game within 21 here. Evan with a good shot there. Jake coming up here, see if they get the front 7.
That was definitely
a little in.
Now they go from winning to losing.
Losing by a pin. But still, anybody match on the scratch side. Crossy coming a little high, leaving a 6-10. Jake converting the 4-7 to keep that match a 1-pin match on the scratch side. Nice spare.
So they're down 17.
Daniel coming back with a very good shot.
Baron with a strike.
I think Baron likes that left lane.
He does. I would say so.
Darren got it a little wide. Able to come back.
Got a little area with that purple ball.
Yeah, he does. As what everybody will say, the purple cheater.
Skylar with a 4-pin.
Almost the exact same shot as her last frame over there. That's just a slight adjustment on that right lane for her. Aiden come up here and a very big shot for Aiden here in the 9th frame.
Yes, a few strikes, they cannot be shut out.
Correct.
Oh!
Aiden coming to skosh high, leaving a 4-pin.
And a pin came across, nipped the 4.
So,
You got me dinner. Plessinger with another strike. He struck 4 out of 5 times.
yes, I would say he likes that left lane too.
So this is a big shot right now for Costa.
A big shot for Pekoski, big shot for Jake Diaz here. Very good shot by Pekoski. Now Jake here, if he strikes here, he kind of relieves the pressure a little bit on Daniel.
That's a better shot.
Looked good. Very good shot by Jake.
Baron.
Days left lane.
Yeah. If he strikes out, if he gets another one, it gets 8. No, never mind.
That seals the deal.
Yes. Now, with a good count here, they'll shoot 800.
Yeah.
They needed 263 to shoot 800.
Yeah, That strike sealed the deal for Daniel and Jake to go in the championship match.
All right, that was a huge spare for Bear. That's 203. So now that means Skylar needs to strike on this shot.
Yes.
If she goes spare strike, that's 202. That was a huge spare there.
And Skylar, her last two shots on her straight lane came with Scotch highs.
Yeah.
A little slight adjustment.
And she came in high again. And Barron and Perkowski walked the ladder another ring.
Yep. And Jake and Daniel are walking the ladder.
They are. I believe that's 814 for them, right, Matt?
What?
814?
I'll tell you in a second. 16 and 8 is 24. 9, 16, yes, 814.
So Robertson and Diaz shot a decent series for their front three, 814.
I'll take that for a Baker
But you know,
format.
they haven't had to change lanes yet.
No, they haven't.
And I'm sure they won't either. You know, as long as you got two good bowlers and you trust either bowler in the 10th frame, there's no reason to change. All right, 203 to 200.
Not a bad game by both teams.
No.
There's nothing to hang your head low, you know, for the losing team. You know, all four of them bowl great. You know, you shoot 250 in a Baker, you're thinking it's a pretty good score.
Yep. Evan and Skylar lost by 3 pins. 203 to 200. Skylar needed to strike first ball in the 10th.
Looks like I got to go eat early.
You do? Where are you going?
Probably down here to Permanis. I'm going to probably go to Permanis.
Boy, that sounds good. Manny Brothers is a winner.
That does sound like a winner.
Okay. Here we go.
One match left. Solid 10.
Okay, voters, it's time to hand out our semifinal matches results. Before I do, though, let's congratulate Daniel Robertson and Jake Diaz. 8-14 for the first three in Baker. Nice bowl. Scratch division, third place finishers, getting a $60 scholarship each, and a third place medal goes to Aiden Davis and Darren Zombro III.
Davis and Zombro finishing third. Haven't heard that a lot this season. I partake on my game.
And our third place finishers in the handicap division, each bowler getting a $75 scholarship certificate and award goes to Evan Plessinger Schlesinger and Skylar King.
Schlesinger and King. Third place in handicap.
Okay, on to our title matches for today.
So now if I'm the leaders in the handicap division, I want my opponents to start the match. Because I want Baron to finish the match on 28. Because he's got 27 seemingly locked down pretty good. Have a good one. We'll see you next week.
Yeah, see you next week.
With the black ball, go hold and start right, and go like just throw it straight back to the ball, let it come back. Oh, this way, yeah.
So once again, ladies and gentlemen, today's pattern was High Street, 44 feet, 25 mils. Not a lot of oil from 2 to 8. About a mil. Looks like we're just about ready to go. Let's turn it down to Matt.
Okay, bowling fans, time to begin our title matches for today's 21 and under doubles PJBT. On the scratch side, we have top seeds Brody Wilderman and Cameron Shockey taking on number 5 seed Daniel Robertson and Jake Diaz. Wilderman and Shockey have elected to have their opponents start the match. On lane 25, they'll go in the order of Robertson Diaz, and then Wilderman Shockey for their team. On the handicap side, top seed Cole Stavinsky and Carter Strauss taking on number 5 seed Andrew Barron and Evan Burkowski. Stavinsky and Strauss have elected to have their opponents start the match. On lane 27, they'll go in the same order, Burkowski and then Barron. Our leaders will go Stavinsky and Strauss. The difference in handicap is 7 pins going to Stavinsky and Strauss. All right, bowling fans, let's give a nice hand for our title matches for tonight's PJBT.
All right, off we go in our title matches. Sir, please move a little to your left. Please move a little to your left. Thank you. Yes, you make a great door, not a great window. All right, Robertson up first. All they do is strike. Kowski with a strike. Both teams trying to climb the ladder. Stabinski and Strauss are getting 7 pins. This is Stabinski. Half hit 10. Wilderman, 7 count. Next we get to see Carter Strauss's unique bowling style. He had the front 10 in game 8.
Yes.
And he left a high flush 7 pin. Brody makes his spare. Carter goes Jersey, and the 9 pin falls forward.
Very interesting.
Yes. It was.
Hey, whatever works. Whatever works.
That was, by the way, Carter sporting the triple PA Fats jersey today.
I saw that. All 3 logos
Yes.
on there. Barron and Prokowski start their title match with a double. Diaz trips out the 4-7.
Trips
Double
the
for
4
them.
forward.
4 forward.
Do you
Hey.
trip? Do you trip pins forward?
Sometimes.
Sometimes. How is your bowling season, by the way?
Terrible.
Terrible.
But we won't talk about that. Prokowski goes high, 6-9-10. So he'll look to spare. 4 pin for Robertson. Title matches for today's PJBT doubles event started with 43 teams, 86 bowlers. We're down to these 2 teams in each division. Interesting how our number 5 seeds have walked the ladder today so far. I would say on the scratch side, Davis and Zombro dominated all day, leading the scoreboard, and lost the lead in the last game, and ultimately then had a tough match there against Robertson and Diaz, where they bowled great, but just ended up finishing 3rd. Stabinski comes up high, 3-6-10. Wildenman looked like he tried to loft that shot a little bit more to get it farther down the lane, and it went too far down the lane.
That's the 2nd time now he's come in light. So he'll definitely be looking to make some type of an adjustment.
Yep, 2-4-5-8, makeable spare.
Whether with his speed or his eyes, hand adjustment, lots of different things he could do. Ball adjustment.
Gets 2 on the fill ball. So that'll put 46 on the board for them in the 3rd.
Not what you want to do against a red hot team.
No,
That if you haven't been watching, shot 8-14.
for the first 3. Yes. Strauss crosses over, 3-9.
It's interesting. I was watching a lot of the handicap teams today, and this isn't even close to the line that Strauss was playing when I was watching him.
Swinging.
He's a good 10 boards right of where he's been.
Chalky with a strike. when the lanes start to break down and balls start to hook even more, the tendency usually is to move your feet more left and work yourself into the middle of the lane. But maybe he has a different strategy.
I mean, he's definitely throwing a different ball. He was throwing a Zen almost all day.
He has with a strike. 23-pin lead at the moment for Roberts and Diaz. Barron comes in high, 4-pin. So with a spare here, it'll be a 1-pin lead for Baron Perkowski through 4 frames with a spare. Picks up the spare. For anybody out there watching, this is our title match. Wildenman goes light again, 2-4-5-8. He just looks lost on that lane. Cannot get the ball to get a smooth finish. Perkowski with a strike. That puts them back up by 11.
And he's going for a ball change.
Stavinsky with a strike. That matches them. Still a 1-pin separating the two teams on the handicap side halfway through the title match. Yeah, I think for Wildenman on the scratch side, obviously he's going to have to make an adjustment. Shockey's been lined up on the left lane. Let's see. And he continues that. So it's 3 for 3 for Shockey on the left lane. That's the challenge with Baker. You got to have both bowlers on to string the strikes together. Strauss comes up high. Looked like he pulled it inside a target, leaving the 10-pin. So it's a makeable spare for him. Meanwhile, Diaz looking for 3 in a row. Start to put the dagger in the victory. Great shot. Can't throw it much better than that.
No.
Good spare there for Strauss.
That's why I usually look at
Oh, that will be a 10-pin out of range. So that's going to be, hold on.
All right, Barron and Perkowski put up a double. It's a big shot here for Evan coming up in the 7th. Triple would be big right now. There's some nutty guy to the right of me.
That 10-pin literally slid halfway across the deck to almost where the 9-pin would have been. Spare. And
That
a
helped.
strike for Evan Perkowski.
That was left
3 in a
off his
row
hand.
gives them the lead in the match.
Yes, that was definitely left off of his hand and it held right there.
Now let's see if Wildenman made the right adjustment.
Oh, he changed balls.
And that was a great shot.
Looked like urethane.
Yeah, good shot. And Stavinsky with a strike. So Stavinsky and Strauss not out of it yet.
And I think Strauss needs to make an adjustment too.
Yeah, the last 2 shots he's crossed over on the left lane, so we'll see what happens here. Now on the scratch side, if Shockey strikes here, they had 3 in a row. He can still shoot 236. Their opponents can shoot 258. Shockey got that one just a tad right of his mark 10 pin. He'll look to pick up the spare. Strauss comes high and leaves a split. 6-7. I don't think he moved his feet there. Shockey with the spare. So Diaz and Robertson really need to keep the ball on the lane and just put Mark
2 frames left. Strauss
Okay.
almost bounces it out.
Yep, he gets 1. So they have 153 with their handicap. 9. Big shot here for Barron. He gets a strike. 4 in a row.
He missed right, and that ball came trucking back.
They still have a 20-pin lead going into the foundation frame 9th. Start the foundation 9th on handicap, and a strike for Evan Perkowski. So Barron and Perkowski in the driver's seat on the handicap side. Oh, spare strike, they would shoot 215.
That would force Diaz to strike.
Yeah, Wildenman and
They could shoot 215.
Shockey need to strike out for 215. Wildenman goes high. Just a 3-6. So that's going to make it very hard for them.
Yeah, actually, that match is over. Perkowski and Barron are already at 206. And Wilderman just opened, so that.
And what a day for our number 5 seeds, as both number 5 seeds will take home the title.
Maybe you could play statistician this week and see the last time 2 number 5 seeds climb the ladder.
I don't know in both divisions if that's ever happened.
A couple 300s, I heard.
We did.
Your pot.
2 of them.
3, they said.
Yep.
That's a pretty easy match.
Yeah.
13-1.
All right, 201, 182. Daniel Robertson. Are you trying to destroy my stuff?
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Stay. God, got it.
and Perkoski and Barron, 253, 200. Hello, Nicole. Why are we lagging again now?
Okay, bowling fans, scratch division. Each bowler receiving a $100 scholarship, certificate, and medal goes to Brody Goldenman and Cameron Shockey.
I'm trying to get enough bars to keep the signal going.
Right, yeah, it keeps dropping. It keeps freezing on
As soon as it gets to 2 bars, I
Our runner-up finishers in the handicap division, each bowler getting a $100 scholarship, certificate, and medal goes to Cole Stavisky and Carter Strauss. And I believe for the first time in history, both of our scholarship, certificate, and the first place plaque goes to the team of Daniel Robertson and Jake Diaz.
Maybe for this event specifically.
And our number 5 seeds in the handicap division is our champions. $200 scholarship for each bowler, and their first place acrylic plaque goes to Andrew Barron and Evan Perkoski.
We were solidly at 3 bars for a long time, and
Adult junior major event at Limerick Bowl in Limerick, PA next Sunday. Thank you, everyone. I won't get any
Okay. All right, Evan, you're the you can go right there.
Okay, I'm
champions today. This is Evan Perkoski. This is Andrew Barron. Walking the ladder.
Oh yeah.
Couple tight matches out there. You know, it wasn't an easy climb. Wasn't an easy climb up the ladder. The semifinal match, if your opponent struck first ball in the 10th, would have been defeated. But it crept a bit high. That's a 4-pin. But you guys bowled really. He's the star.
No, he carried me. Like during the
Feed off
first
of each
couple
other,
of
that's
games, he carried me, and I kind of just fed off of him and his energy.
Okay. So where do you guys bowl out of?
He bowls at St. Mike's,
St.
and
Mike's
I bowl
and
at Bowlerama.
Where's that?
Which one? St. Mike's?
How about both of them?
Freeland and Hazleton.
Freeland and Hazleton. Very good. Very good. So this is tournament title number 2 for you and 4 for you.
Polygon, but that's okay. We don't talk about that one.
Okay. Okay.
I just threw a pearl. It's like that's all thanks to TJ.
Ah,
TJ
TJ Trout.
Yes.
Ah, shout out to TJ. We know TJ very well. Very, very well. Been friends with him for quite a while now. All right, so besides TJ, who do we want to thank?
Michelle, Caroline, Jamie Kalaga, and anyone who's watching for either of us, really.
My dad, my mom, Bowlerina, and DJ definitely. Yeah.
So I'm assuming in a month or so when we have the next one of these at Colony Park North, just up the road a few miles, we're going to see you guys as teammates again. I mean, you might as well. You won.
Yeah.
I mean, there's no reason to change teammates.
It's just a far drive, that's it. It's nothing. The simple part.
Well, then we'll let you go. You guys got school tomorrow. All right, taking home the handicap division champion, Chips, Baron,
Thank you.
and Prokowski. Congratulations.
Hey, this goes.
What's up?
And we're here with our scratch division champions, Daniel Robertson.
Yep.
Shake hands, very good. Jake Diaz. 8-14.
Yeah.
Not a bad way to start. Yes. So were either of you part of the championship team last week? Ah, 2 for 2.
I was on the B team.
You were, oh, got ya. So how old are you?
16.
15.
Ah, I remember. That was a long time ago when I was that age. I can't remember that. So how'd you attack High Street today?
In the beginning, I was just throwing a dart code, just trying to be angular and try to carrying out the corner pins. That was a struggle today, honestly. But we made it through the cut, and then we both put out urethane, and it looked better than ever, honestly.
It did. And you?
Pretty similar to him. I started out with the dark code, and then by the semifinals, we switched to urethane, and it worked out really well, judging by the fact.
Yeah, I would say so. And it's really cool when there's a team that it doesn't matter who's throwing the 10th frame, like you guys. It didn't matter. Because then you could basically stay on your same lane the entire time. And this is why I like this format the best, because there's a lot of strategy involved in this format. But you guys kind of take the strategy out of it. Because it doesn't matter with you guys who throws the 10th frame.
Yeah. We both trust each other.
Yeah,
Right.
we do. We do.
Right.
Kind of.
Kind of.
So this is tournament title now number 2 for you, or have you won others?
I think I won one before.
You think you won?
I believe.
I'm not sure if I won another one, but
Okay.
I've definitely
this
gone
could
to
have
the
been my
finals.
first one, I think.
Okay. Who we thanking?
The bowling alley hosted the tournament. You guys, obviously, it was a fun tournament. My dad for driving me and him here. So.
I think the bowling alley, Danny's dad. I thank both my parents. I think my coach.
Yep.
How about who drills your bowling equipment?
Solid 10 push-up.
Yeah.
In Howlands.
Huh? That's probably good people to thank.
That is true. That
Yes.
is true.
Yes. So, are we going to see you again in about a month when we're right up the road at Colony Park North as a team?
Probably, yeah.
Oh yeah, we'll see.
Why not? You got nothing better to do.
Nope.
Yeah.
All right. The cool part is we're in December. You can bring me Christmas gifts. Ooh. Always good to bring the fat guy a Christmas gift. You know, usually food related works really good. I like chocolate covered pretzels. Let's just throw that out there right now.
Me too.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, taking home the Scratch Division Championships. Back-to-back weeks for Howell. We got Daniel Robertson and we got Jake Diaz. Congratulations, gentlemen. You may now leave.
Thank you.
And go home.
Nice bowling, guys. Congratulations.
Okay, well that's going to do it for the first doubles event of the season.
Yes.
Exciting matches there. And don't forget to join us next Sunday. We have our major adult junior event next week at Bolero Limerick Bowl. So next Sunday evening, evening, we'll be on with the bracket finals, semifinal, and final for that event. So check us out next Sunday. And if you haven't signed up for the adult junior, discount ends tonight. So make sure you get your entry in on our website.
Why don't you tell them what website?
That would be PJBTBowlingSeries.com.
All right. for all of us here at the PJBT, we will see you next Sunday from Bolero Limerick Lanes. Say goodbye to the fine.
See you, everybody.
See ya.